friends, hope you are well. Welcome to a review of this here chair from PLE's Battlebull, and this is called the Vaporweave. The Vaporweave. In any case, Vaporweave is their new addition to their lineup of chairs, and personally it's probably my favorite so far. And let me give you a few reasons why. Now, a review of a chair should come in a few bits and pieces. Quality, how long it lasts, if it's comfortable, you know, if it looks cool. I mean, that's a big part. A lot of people do buy chairs just because they look cool. I mean, look at Kmart. And of course, the price. Now, this is a particularly expensive chair, but what I want to talk about is what you get out of it with those things in mind. First of all, it looks pretty cool. It is obviously a bit of a weave-like material, and I want to mention that even though it's not leather, it actually is very good at withstanding things. By things, I mean dirt, I mean liquids, I mean anything that you might spill on your chair. Recently, I spilled a massive cup of coffee, dark coffee, onto the chair, and you cannot see anything after a quick wash. I'm very impressed how well it's lasted, and that was an accidental thing. I didn't actually go out of my way to test this chair to see if it lasts under, you know, coffee or red wine or anything like that. I haven't tested red wine. But as long as you get it a quick clean and put it outdoors to dry, especially if it's hot nowadays, make sure you clean it and let it to dry. Don't be nervous about making it wet with a rag or anything like that. It will dry very, very quickly because the bottom has air to go through. And on that topic, in regards to being in hot weather and sitting on a chair like this is probably the best thing ever. I used to get a very sweaty butt after like 6 hours of gaming in the summer with no aircon, and this has saved my butt. It has certainly helped with that because it is breathable, it doesn't make you sweat, and it is actually extremely comfortable. So the same comfortable cushion that you've seen in other chairs from Battlebull has returned to this one. In fact, because of the material, I feel it's even more comfortable because it doesn't stretch your skin if you've got shorts on, and when you do sit down, it really kind of cradles everything you got there. This is also a bigger chair than the previous one that we reviewed, and I'll put that link below, and I actually feel much more comfortable in it. I can't recommend enough a bigger chair if you're a bigger person. It is much more comfortable, and it just means, at least if you're a smaller person, there'll be more room for you to sit in. Now, as per usual, there are some things I don't like. One of the things is there's no cushion anymore. There's no darn cushion. And you know, I don't usually lean back, but one of the things I realized is when I didn't have the cushion and I was watching a video, I could just sort of lean back and have something prop up my neck. This time around, you don't get that, and the posture pillow that you used to have at the back is not available in this chair either. Which, for long gaming sessions, I believe it does help. Now, depending on how bad your posture is, this might not be the best use case if you have bad posture. However, that's not to say you can't get a pillow and put one around here or on the back, or even get another pillow from the internet that goes like this. Now, the thing is, it would look a little bit weird and wouldn't fit in this profile. Now, one thing about the look that I really like is the fact you can put this in your office or any commercial building and not have to worry about it looking too tacky. It actually looks really nice and definitely fits an office environment. Further on, the build has changed a little bit on the bottom. Apart from obviously the weave, the biggest improvement that I can see with this chair and have experienced with this chair is the fact that the bottom frame that holds the wheels and holds the chair is absolutely metal. Finally, thank you very much for getting rid of that plastic. I know it looks nice, you can get a special color on it and can match the rest of the chair, but it just doesn't look as good as these chrome covered metal ones. It looks absolutely fantastic, it adds a bit of weight to it, and when you roll around on it, it actually feels really solid. And I have wooden floors, and I just love rolling around on it. The wheels are as good as they used to be, and the whole build of this chair was the easiest thing I've ever done, as you can see in this video, if you haven't had a chance to do so. Couple of complaints is these things still go up and maybe don't fit the professional look of this chair as they should. I understand what the reasoning behind going this up, but I've never ever used it myself, and the fact that it can go like this is also not particularly helpful because, and I sort of imagine that people who use this going back and forth are probably already not fitting the right chair anyway. I still think this should just be left as straight, because even like this, it goes inwards, you can push it out, but then there's no space for your elbows. I don't know, I'm not a big fan, and it makes these things a little bit wobbly. Apart from that, this year around, these are extremely stable comparably to 3 or 4 versions ago, and also they come pre-screwed in. How nice is that? You don't have to do anything. The only thing you have to put together is the back seat and the things at the bottom. This is the grey and white version, and here's a couple of examples of other colors. I highly recommend going in the store to check it out. I would also like to note that I have a dog that sheds every 6 months, twice a year. And because of that, there's a lot of hair and fur rolling around, floating around, and so far, as soon as it's on the chair, it doesn't seem to dig into the material like it would on a couch, for example. And I can just brush it off with a slight brush or vacuum it off. And I'm actually really impressed with the fact that these hairs are very, very sharp, and they dig into a lot of things I've noticed around the house. But this chair seems very much unaffected. Not that the dog sits on the chair, but it does float around, and I sit on the couch. I might have some fur on the back side of me that might push into the chair, but so far I've been able to just brush them off with my hand, and they have not stuck into the material. The stitching quality is again on par with just high quality chairs, and that's what it comes down to. This is a very expensive chair at this price range, and for that you kind of expect a lot of quality and a lot of good materials, and that's what you get with this. So my recommendation is that if you require some back posture things, or like you like the little pillow at the back, this is probably not the chair for you. If you are, however, not into gamery colors, but want the comfortability of a gaming chair, this would be for you. Because first of all, it looks stylish, you can use it at the office, and even at home, it looks not out of place at all. Now, one thing I want to mention, and this is the only negative that I actually feel is a negative so far, is the fact that there is a slight wobble when you're sitting on it and leaning back before it actually locks into place. There is a little place in there you can squeeze a piece of metal to sort of lock it down further, but I would hope that in future iterations, Battlebull would be able to work that out. So when it's locked, it's actually locked. And this has happened to a few chairs over time, but this one was like that out of the box. As you can see, even though it's locked in, I can do a slight wiggle back and forth. And you can sort of remedy it with messing around with some of the screws, but it's slightly there. You don't notice it, but when you're sort of sitting there and trying to talk, you can sort of feel it being there. Obviously, it has full range of motion. You can go up and down. You can also unlock it to lean fully back. And when you do lock it in the lean back, because of the nature of the lean, it always locks you forward, so you don't have that wobble. But if you're leaning up straight, it's a little bit annoying. So thank you very much for Battlebull for sending me this chair for review. It is actually going to be my daily runner, as you've seen in other videos. Hopefully you have. If you haven't, maybe you should be subscribed to watch more content like this. But it is my daily runner. I do really like it. I would say that if it had a pillow, it'd be like my first pick for every chair every time. And I can even live with the wobble, because man, this is a comfortable chair for Australian residents when it's damn hot. And it really looks nice in the house, and even if I were to take it to an office, I think nobody would blink an eye. A very comfortable chair for a fairly high price, but as you can see, Battlebull has only been improving over the years from the first one that we reviewed on this channel, which I can put in here so you can see it. You'll be very happy when you do purchase it. Friends, thank you very much for watching. Again, big thanks to Battlebull and PLE for sorting this chair out. If you like this video, make sure you tap that like button. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. I'll catch you in another video. Bye!